Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Flying. How is everybody doing? Thanks for joining me on this stream. Let's just adjust the camera a bit. That should be a little bit better, I think. How's everybody doing? Update just came out for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Lots of improvements supposedly. We'll see for ourselves. I have updated the mods list. So most of the mods are compatible, have been updated to become compatible. Thanks a lot to Working Title for making everything up to date again. Goodness, they work super fast. Thanks for joining everybody. I see a couple of folks in chat. Let's go through you guys so I can greet you one by one. Hey Patrick, fancy seeing you here. Namaste, how you been? What have you been up to? Deso, welcome back. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well, Simple. Yes, well, no, I did not watch the stream, but I heard the news. So in Discord, if you're not in Discord, !Discord gets you there. Lots of guys are helping out and sharing the great news, the upcoming stuff from SCS. I think Plum even made a Reddit post summarizing the entire thing. So super cool. Super thankful because I was not able to watch myself. I was snoring by then. Right. Yes, Tom, tomorrow will be the convoy, everybody. For those who are planning to join, same time tomorrow. We'll be doing the ATS convoy. Yar, Jack! thanks for the stream again. Sorry you got hunted. Hey Mike, thanks for joining. All moved out of your old group home. Nice. Ordered your new PC last night. Awesome. Excited for you. That will be amazing. My brother just bought a new PC as well. He's enjoying Cyberpunk now. He bought a 3070 and a 3700X, so similar to Jack's rig. Hey Scripps, how have you been? Alex, thanks for the tip. I think I'll be buying a new truck soon, guys. John Ruda's truck is on sale. Hey Lucas, thanks for joining. Nothing but improvements, of course. That's the hope. Hey Bunky, glad that you made it to the stream, man. Hope the longitude is treating you better. Doing awesome, Simple indeed, yes. Tomorrow, after our convoy, we will start with, me and Mrs. Clumsy will start with our Christmas celebration. We're going on a staycation. Oh no, not Jack! !Discord in chat gets you the link so you can join again. FS 2020 is amazing and it's getting better by the update. Couple of bugs still, but those gaps, those bugs are getting covered, getting fixed by our amazing modding community, thankfully. So that is great, and that's exactly what we're trying now. The CJ4 mod by Working Title is the best plane, in my opinion, in Flight Sim 2020. And it allows you to fly really with proper procedures. Most of the stuff is in here, so much so that you can fly VATSIM with confidence. And speaking of that, are you guys interested in a VATSIM flight? Today we can do that, but that means less interaction with you guys because I will be busy with VATSIM, so I won't be able to talk with you much. Or would you rather take it chill and just go anywhere and no ATC, but I'll be able to talk and chat more. So you guys let me know, I'm okay either way. Yours will have a 2080 Super. Nice. Enjoy it, Tom. Liquid cooled, awesome. Man, I would need a liquid cooled CPU as well. You have Macs, so need to install Windows first on it, yeah. It's great, man. Still a couple of limitations, but overall it's great. VATSIM, chill. Get to focus more on the plane. Okay, let's chill first, and then let's do a VATSIM flight later if we have time. Because yeah, I also want to cover like the basics on how you fly the CJ4. I've gotten a couple of questions. How do you program the FMS? How do you do this and that? So at least if I post this in YouTube, I can put timestamps there and you guys can refer to it in your future flights. Also, we'll be flying with, do you want on air or Sky Park? I think I want Sky Park because it's more free. We can go anywhere. As part of this latest update, 1.12.13.0, so many numbers, they added ice and snow. So in areas where it's snowing, you should see snow already. And I guess that would be the case somewhere to the north, probably in Canada. So we can go and look for flights there. There is also, so what you're seeing right now is Sky Park, this iPad here. Super cool app, the best user interface ever I've seen. And they have a special event. So if you go to your contracts app here and search for holidays as keyword, you will get all the special holiday jobs that will take you to the north. So these are mostly going in from US to Canada or in Canada itself. So pretty cool. One thing you can also change is go to day or night mode. I kind of like the night mode actually. Looks very sleek. Yeah, I guess you can look anywhere. Fly in Europe. But yeah, we can stick to Canada and US. I think most of you guys are from there anyway. Sky Park. They don't take PayPal. Don't they? How did I buy it then? One sec. No, I used PayPal on mine if I remember correctly. Orbix, right? You buy it via Orbix? I think I used PayPal. Because I do have PayPal balance thanks to T-Bird's donations. So this is purely funded by T-Bird. Promotes FS 2020. You can actually find your house. In a way, you'll see it there. It depends where you live. It won't be exact, but it will be close enough. You'll be able to recognize the neighborhood, for example. But it won't be 1:1, especially for the special looking buildings. So they have like templates on how buildings look like per region. So they'll make it look like that. So if you have like a fancy special designed architecture in your house, you won't see that exactly. Right, let's do a fairly short flight, around 300 nautical miles. I guess this would work. It could. If we look here, it actually also shows you where there is weather. So maybe we try to stay away from storms. This one though takes us from, let's see, highest obstacle is 5.9. Business jets are feasible. I'm particularly interested in the airports. 5,000 foot runway asphalt. Going to 5,000 foot runway asphalt. Okay, good. We can handle that. I think this plane should be capable of that. Sandspit to Quesnel, both in British Columbia. Any of those ring a bell for you guys? Anyone from Canada here? Sure thing, namaste. Czech Republic. Hey, Andras. How are you? Yes, there are jobs in there as well. We probably won't take those because I usually fly in the US these days, but that should very well be included. Poland is here, so Czech Republic should be right there. And thanks to ETS2, I know my geography. Okay, that doesn't look good. I searched this region, but it didn't bring anything. Let's try that again. That one. Maybe there are not many jobs there. Yeah, I think at least the special holiday jobs are quite limited. Okay, let's pick something here. So either that or this one. How's everybody doing? ready for the holidays. My goodness, 2,000 foot runway, no thank you. And I like Sky Park because of that. It's so easy to see. It's so easy to see if there's like bad weather in the area you're flying in, so you can avoid that if you don't want that kind of stress. And you can also easily see the kind of runways you should be expecting, the elevation that you'll be encountering. So it's very user friendly. The user interface is the best. 5,000 foot, yeah, let's take this one. CYZP to CYQZ. Sounds really impressive. No PayPal. Interesting. Maybe it depends on your country. Alright, that looks good. That was accepted. Slay all day. And if anyone wants to fly, I'm not sure if anyone flies in Flight Sim here. I haven't really tried a group flight, but you can all fly with me here. If you go to CYZP, I think that should work, right? Well, I guess it depends on which server you're in. But we're going to fly with live weather today, just so we have live weather and live traffic and all players. Yeah, so we have proper views. It's a bit more lively outside. Zulu Papa. How much fuel would we need? So that's the runway. Looks like it's on a coastal route there. We can first plan our flight. So that's Sandspit going to Cusnell. Of course, I'm not familiar with these. You can view the entire path there, 335 nautical miles. I think we could do like a flight level 350 here. That looks good. Oh, this one apparently, where we're coming from, is on a different island altogether. Interesting. Okay, we'll see how that looks. And then we should see some snow here. We'll see. So I did a flight before the stream. I saw indeed that there are areas which are snowy already, but there are areas which are still not, which is great. So it's just not just snow everywhere. It really depends on the weather. And look at the weather here, guys. Oh, it's not. This one is still okay. Temperature is 4 degrees. But on the destination, it's -3. Okay. A while ago, I was flying into an area with -15. So it is getting colder. How about in your places, guys? I know some of you live in very cold countries, and it is bang on winter already. So how is the weather there? Arrival procedures, let's see. No winds. So I guess we could take like a runway 13, RNAV 13 here, something like this for our arrival. Yankee or Zulu should be similar. Let's take Yankee. And then the initial approach fix would be Ondox would be the best for our current trajectory. There you go. And then let's calculate the rest of the trip. Calculate that. That will add certain waypoints, so it's not just a direct to. There you go. And that's our flight plan. Done deal. So from there, I save it. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Feel free to say hi in chat. Hey, Dizzy, it's summer. I take it you live in the southern hemisphere. That would make sense. So let's save that, export. Oh, and by the way, if you're familiar, if you remember from last week where we played with Sky Park, we had some problems, right? Now it actually works. You can save the flight plan in Little Navmap and it will automatically be detected here. So you see the flight plan we saved from Little Navmap. It's this one, the second one, the more complex one. So there's like a direct route, and there's this, the one we planned. So we can fly that, and that will reflect accordingly. Right, so we can load up here, probably that in this area. Oh, and by the way, one more thing, Little Navmap because I put in my performance, I recorded my performance, created my own aircraft performance. So it has an idea of how much fuel I'll need. So you can either do SimBrief for this, that will probably be more accurate. But if you want just if you're okay with just a basic calculation, then this will do as well. So it says we need 373 gallons of fuel for this flight. Let's see how that works. So weight and balance 373, the 430 gallons should be enough. Yeah, let's take that, it's okay. 251 Charlie Lima. And that's good. 3 p.m. live time, live weather, let's go with that. In Chicago on Friday, it's supposed to be 15 or to 20 below zero. Yikes. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That will be great. That's what I did as well. It's nice to compare. Like when Colorado DLC came out in ATS, we flew in Colorado as well and saw, wow, it really does look the same. What's different though is the scale. You really feel the scale here while flying, because in ATS it's 1:19, right? So things feel a lot shorter. Here, even if you're flying, even if you're traveling much faster, you're still going longer flights, longer distances. So here there is no snow. It looks the same still. -29 in Chicago. Goodness, is that Celsius? I guess so, right? So yeah, here look, everything looks normal still, which is good. I hope that navigraph is what I opened. Alright. There's the plane. I have live traffic on. Other players should be visible as well. Loading up the flight in navigraph. There you go. So we can load up the charts here. Taxi chart. There is no SID. So that's the airport diagram. Pretty straightforward. Like 5,000 foot runway. AWOS. Oh, that's what I'll be testing. Okay, I'll test that quickly. I think we won't be able to test until we try it with VATSIM, but for now, it should be good. Because as part of the update here in FS 2020 today that came out, they improved the... they call this. They improved the COM, the radios, that you can do COM1 and COM2 at the same time now again. So you can monitor like the 80s, the weather in COM2 while you're still tuned into COM1, which is going to be perfect for VATSIM and Pilot Edge and more serious ATC comms like that. Okay, good. Let's put that here. Alright. Rarely get snow at sea level in that area. That would make sense. So this is pretty accurate, right? I do like the house there though. It's very different from the usual stuff that you see. Okay, let us... Actually, Sky Park does detect that we're here, so we can pick up the holiday packages. Very nice, very sleek, subtle sound effects. Nothing invasive or anything like that. Here, I just put in that one because I have so many other utilities already that track where I am. So I don't really need that detail anymore in Sky Park. Start up the plane. Love the Avionics fans you're hearing. Dispatch mode. This source norm. Too complex for your head. Oh, I was the same way before. But if you're interested enough in it, you will learn it. You will inevitably learn it. That's what I realized. Put in some lighting. Let's go and set up the FMS. I know I have some people who have been asking about this. So you go to pause in it. So it's like, it takes you from page to page. So it's very guided. Don't have to click so much around. So you start off in pause in it. Just copy paste this one. That's your current GPS coordinates. And go to flight plan. And then we plug in our origin and destination airports. Charlie, Yankee, Zulu, Papa. to Charlie Yankee, Quebec Zulu. There you go. It says it's a 335 nautical mile distance from point to point. And then we go to departure arrival because we want to tell the plane which runway we'll be using. So it will be runway 13 based on the weather. Let's execute that. You can see the FMS adjusts already. And then let's go back to flight plan and plug in the different waypoints based on the plan we set. So that's Alsax. There is an easier way to do this. I think you can actually like plug in from SimBrief if you're using SimBrief, but I like the immersion that this gives. That you really plug in stuff. Really makes it really feel like the real thing. 53 November 30. It's a very unique named waypoint. Yeah, but it looks like it's correct. You can also check here. Okay, that doesn't work yet. You have to activate it first. So if you activate that and go to MFD Advance, you can check the waypoints that you're setting. There you go. Alright, let's get back here. Next page. MDUL and then Alpar. MDUL, it's all direct. We're not using any airways today. MDUL, Alpar. But yeah, simple. I started with absolutely no knowledge whatsoever. And just through the months, through the years. I guess it's been, what, 1-2 years since I started. I think I started 2019, January. So it will be almost 2 years since I started getting into flight sim. I just tried it because X-Plane was on sale. And I've been hooked ever since. Just shows you how much of a cheapskate I am. I started trucking because I got ATS for free. I started flying because I got X-Plane at a discount. So yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'm still learning. Every time you learn something new, it's what's great about it. You never stop learning. Right. Departure arrival will probably be taking RNAV 13. Is that what we chose? Yeah, RNAV Yankee 13 with the on-docks transition. So let's pick that one. And then on-docks. And then execute. Double check in the legs page. Everything is good. There's a discontinuity because it doesn't know what to do between Alpar, the last waypoint, and the start of the approach. But we just want to go direct, so we just do that. And if we double check that in the flight plan here, Alpar and on-docks, you can see they're connected now. Because before you did that, when there was a discontinuity, this line wouldn't be here. And for those who are wondering how to get to this page, you can go to the lower menu and then make sure you select plan here. Because if this is different, like PPOS, you won't be able to advance, I think. Yeah, that has to be in plan mode. That's the way. There you go. Okay, looks good. So our flight plan is set. Now we can go to performance init. We have 4 passengers based on the weights here. I'm just going to take it from here. 1, 2, 3, 4 passengers and then 150 cargo. So 150. That's our weight. We're planning on flight level 350 today. So let's put that there and that should be good enough for now. In the meantime, let's go and start our engine. Okay. So still on dispatch. Turn off track IR because it's so wobbly. Pay close attention to the sounds. Okay, getting back to chat. Hey Jay, enjoy lurking. Sorry for the delay. Whisper that, by the way. Yeah, X-plane still is, I think. Oh, actually I'm lagging a bit, am I not? Let's do that. There you go. That should be smoother now. Turned off the preview. Sorry about that, guys. I think should be smoother now. So you can see what the difference is here. ITT is rising, N1 starter is still there, ignition is on as well. These are all details that, yeah, you can see starter cut out, ignition turns off. These are all details that working title group is adding to make it more and more study level, getting closer to that. For me at this point, it is, I think, at its peak. Like, it would be around 90-95% study level for me. Any more details is nice to have, but not really essential. So for me, the plane is almost complete. I guess the only thing that's missing are the holding patterns and the procedure turns, like the more advanced stuff for the navigation. Go. Engine 1 is starting as well. Yeah, X-plane is still very much more of a simulator, so it's more hardcore. But yeah, in terms of graphics, it's lagging behind already in the immersion. So completely different level of graphics. You have to add so much stuff to make it catch up to this one. As compared to Flight Sim 2020, you just load it up and it's good. We're there already. There we go, 2 good engines. Memory 1 here. Avionics can go on. Perfect. Can turn on the flight director. Now, as we're not doing any standard instrument departure, no SID, we'll be going heading mode instead. So we'll be following the runway heading, which is 124 degrees. We can do that, we can check that based on the chart as well. Actually 125 it says here, so we can follow that. So 125. And also like fiddling with the knobs because of the sounds. Everything just makes it so much more immersive. Right? So heading mode, and then altitude we'd want flight level 350, wasn't it? Since we're not working with ATC, we can just go direct there. At level 350. Or if you want to simulate like step climbs, let me know. We can do that as well, so we can climb lower, stay there, and then climb higher later on. In the meantime, you can go there and flight level change. Put 240 knots here. There you go. And then we can continue with the performance. So press B for the local altimeter, 3024. Oh, that's beautiful. So with each passing Microsoft Flight Simulator update, they're getting closer and closer to the accurate live weather. Look at this. The winds, it says here, the wind on this airport is 129 at 8 knots. So this is based on the NOAA station weather. And in the sim, it's 118 at 7 knots. Very close, right? But look at the altimeter. Here it says the pressure is 3024, and when I pressed B in the sim, it's exactly 3024 as well. So it is getting closer and closer. Even the temperature, here it's 4 degrees in the station weather. Here in the sim, what is R again, guys? RAT. Air temperature is 4 degrees. So it's 1:1. They're really getting that now. It's amazing how far we've come. Before that was super inaccurate. Okay, cool. Let's get back. 1 second. The camera is messing with me. Alright, there you go. Continue with the performance. So, go takeoff. 3024. Winds are 120 at 7 knots. Outside air temperature is 4. Looks good. So it says we have 6 knots of headwind, and what is L? Maybe crosswind? Something like that, I think. Those are our V speeds. Anti-ice is not needed. Takeoff flaps will be 15. Send that to the PFD. You see those go magenta. So those are our reference speeds for knowing when we should pull up on the yoke, when our rotation speed is for takeoff, and other related details. Looking good. Yarbla, how are you doing? Doing any trucking recently?
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs.
Are you ready for the convoy tomorrow? You guys, anyone joining the convoy tomorrow? Seatbelt signs on.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Looks like we'll have to back taxi. There's no taxiway direct to the airport. Fine. Taxi lights on. Parking brake is off. Parking brake is over here. Right. Even the taxiing, the feeling of the plane as it taxis, I think has been improved by working title. Feels so much like a jet. Doesn't feel like a very light plane. But it does feel like you have powerful engines. So it just, once you set the correct thrust, you go to idle, otherwise you'll just keep on accelerating. So it's like a train. Once you get to your desired speed, you have to move back to idle. So that kind of behavior for the jets has been properly simulated as well. You finished the Christmas event the other night. I think I'm at 8 or 6. Yeah, very far away. Runway looks clear. Sandspit traffic. Citation 251 Charlie Lima. Departing runway 13 to the east. Back taxiing first. Runway 13. Sandspit traffic. I'll skip the call outs because I don't know what I'm saying anyway. I always get confused there. Okay. Turn on the strobes. Oh, so hard to click. Strobes, turn those off. Static heater would be on. DARA for the TCAS. What else am I forgetting? I also like to start the timer because they said you can only go in the takeoff detent, so full throttle for 5 minutes. So I want to start the timer whenever we start our takeoff, just to be mindful of that, just to increase immersion more. All ready for the convoy, nice. Your Frankenstein truck is ready. 2 out of 15. We're on the same boat, Jack. You're joining tomorrow as well, right? Convoy. Excited for it. I don't know how it goes really, so we'll see. Not even sure how we'll do voice communication. I think we'll try and use the CB radio. See if that gets overwhelming, and then we'll decide if we move to Discord afterwards or something. Alright, here we are. The voices are part of a mod, part of the CJ4 mod. So this entire plane has been overhauled, remodeled by the working title group. So you can have all the details I've been plugging in. Otherwise, it's going to be very basic and very lacking. Right. Are we all good? Start the timer. Timer starts there on the PFD. 50% stable. You can hear the engines pulling up. Takeoff detent. One hand on the throttle, one hand on the yoke. Center line here. V1, what? The super fast rotate. My goodness, this plane is fast. Positive rate gear up. Love those sounds. Yaw damper can go on. Flaps can go up. Actually, I forgot my flaps, didn't I? That's why you have a checklist. Thankfully, did not cause any significant problems during the takeoff, but you had to have flaps at 15 ideally. Okay, let's go and turn autopilot on. Don't forget to keep checking in at World of Trucks. Oh yeah, whenever you reach the new tiers, you would get a new reward. That's true. Good point. Knew I was missing something. Nice lightning also. Yeah. This sim is beautiful. Excited to see the snow though. We're in climb detent, so we can stay there all throughout the climb. It will take care of regulating the N1 for us, so how much the engine is pushing, basically. Let's go to nav mode here, so that the plane can follow the magenta line on its own, the flight plan. Good. Zoom out. And that should be that. Pretty straightforward. See snow up ahead? We'll see. The weather a while ago when I tested this flight, when I tested this plane, the weather was super snowy. Like you couldn't even see the taxiways anymore, nor the runway. You could only see the lights, everything else was snowing. Hopefully we'll see some of those here. Need a better PC. It is quite heavy on the requirements though. Yeah, truly next gen. Turn off the landing lights. Seatbelt signs can go off as well. Guys can go and relax. I've also created some custom camera views just to increase the immersion even more. I think I put in some wing views where it's like, this one is for the front view that our YouTubers really like, our content creators. We also have this one, the wing view. Oh, look at that, beautiful. And of course we also have the other side. Yeah, everything just to add to the experience. This is Ultra, yes. I think I turned down some settings as well, but it is still mostly Ultra. If you are keen on performance tuning, there is a great article about it in the mods list, !mods, I think under the miscellaneous section. I linked to that post. Someone took the time to really test each setting and its impact to the CPU or GPU, so you can fine-tune depending on your system. I think that looks good there. We should be pretty stable now. Legs page, that's all looking good. Yeah, the plane is able to hold 240 knots, that's great. Look at our climb speed, guys. 3,700 feet per minute. My goodness, this plane is a beast. Sure thing, Mike. PS2 with map mods, you were able to do your deliveries. Oh, lucky. Yeah, I try to stay away from map mods, especially row mods when I'm doing the contracts, because oftentimes I wouldn't be able to distinguish which place is default, which place is pro mods, and I end up like in the destination with nothing to do. This isn't a plane, it's an elevator. At this rate, that's true, yeah. There are so many other details as well that I haven't even begun to explore. If we go to like performance, there is like a VNAV setup here. And you have your, I'm not sure if all of these are implemented, but it gives you a very nice idea. So this is why I have the flight level change set to 240, because that's the ideal rate, 240 and then 0.64 Mach. Later, as we climb higher, you can see the Mach speed is rising more and more. When that reaches Mach 0.64, that means we are 64% the speed of sound. That will switch. Instead of following 240 knots, it will follow Mach 0.64. So it's all automated though, so I don't have anything to do with it. And then we have also, if you go to next page, cruising altitude is 0.74 Mach. And this one I'm not sure, this looks wrong. I would imagine this should say FL something, but maybe that's, I don't know what that is. And then descent is Mach 0.74 or 290 knots, something like that. And there's like a 3-degree descent rate or 3-degree pitch down. Vertical profile angle or something like that. But in addition, you have all these other details which I have no idea how to work. But yeah, you can have like how far away are you from, there's top of descent. I was looking for that top of descent distance. So yeah, it is here. And then how far you are away. So the VNAV plans your vertical profile, and depending on where you are, it is able to compute how far you are away from that ideal path that it calculated. So I guess this is that one. But yeah, it's just all here, and there is so much to absorb. VNAV waypoints as well. So all the waypoints which have vertical restrictions will be listed here, above or at or below and above, stuff like that. It's all super detailed. I haven't even begun to explore that yet. Are we in the clouds now? We are. Surprisingly, it's not icing yet. But we'll be on the lookout for that one. Flight level 265. Mach 0.64 is coming soon. I think that happens around flight level 290 or something. Somewhere close. You also have some cool stuff here. So you can change how this looks. And then you can save how it looks to a memory slot. That's why I kept clicking like memory 1, memory 2. Because those can be like preset views. My favorites is memory 1. Having this flight plan in here. And then the map here. Because it tells you like the next waypoint is 20 miles away. You'll get there in 2 minutes, and this will be the time when you'll be there. And then the next waypoint after that, and then the destination. So you'll know, based on the rate you're going, how long it will take for you to get to your destination, what time that will be, and your fuel when you get there. So you'll see if you don't have enough fuel, for example, this will say 0. And this will change depending on how much fuel you're consuming. So everything is like calculated. So you really have an idea of how things are going, how things are progressing. So you're never like left in the dark suddenly, oh, you're out of fuel. You have so many other indications. It's very nice. You can geek out as much on it. Now one thing I'm not sure is this one. We'll test that later hopefully with VATSIM. Yeah, they said COM1 and COM2 are working at the same time now. Before it wasn't. I tried it, it wasn't. Hopefully now it does. But we'll be able to only do that when we're in VATSIM proper, so we'll see. Ooh, it's getting laggy. You can't see anything below. That's fine. Everything is still tracking here. Yeah, Sky Park is looking good. Actually, I want to explore Sky Park a bit better. You actually see like the elevation. So you have the flight plan, right? But in addition, it shows you each waypoint, how far you are away from that waypoint. So like this one, 53 November 30, 1 minute away, 8 nautical miles away. And then you'll see the elevation as well. You see the like mountains will be flying over mountains, as you can see, and other stats as well. It's all very nice. We should have switched to Mach as well. There we go. Mach speeds now. So the indicate the airspeed will go lower and lower, but Mach speed will remain at 0.64 throughout the climb, ideally. And now at flight level 314, we are now officially cloud surfing. It is pretty heavy on the GPU though. When you're so close to clouds, it is very heavy on the graphics card. I guess because of all the fog and stuff like that. It looks so good, like especially if I go to the wing view. I actually recorded a bit of footage. I'll make a short time lapse and show it to the Cool Kids Club. That one. So something to that effect. You have the cloud surfing and then just going through the landscape, seeing like the mountain below, just hints of it. You see the sun just shining over there. It's beautiful. So many time-lapse opportunities. There's also a replay app that's coming in soon. It's third party, it's not officially from Asobo, from Microsoft. But it looks very promising from the video. I shared it. I will probably buy it when it's out. It's like 20 USD. It will come out in January and it will allow you to record short parts of your flight and replay it, changing the weather, changing the time, changing the angle, so everything is supported. Looks like
altitude.
So far. It's promising. 1,000 to go. We also have those callouts. Pretty nice. Looking good here. So if you look at the airspeed, so 217, but that's actually still Mach 0.64. And now we've captured the altitude and are getting to 350. So now we go back to the cruise detent. Right there. It looks pretty good. I like sticking to around 95%. If you go any faster, you risk overspeeding, but let's try sticking to 97% for now, and then we'll dial it down to 95% later. The red tape will come out soon. Yeah, this is truly next level. The CJ4. And if you compare this with the default plane, it's no comparison at all. I was reading through the CJ4 mod a while ago, the working title group, the guys behind this mod. They have their own Discord server, so I'm in there and I look at the discussions. There was someone, I forgot his name, but there was someone who attributed it properly. I think he was saying he tried flying the default plane again because they supposedly added improvements to the default plane, but he said it was like flying a bag of nails compared to this one. So it really is a different level altogether, which is fair because Microsoft has always been clear on that point. They always said that they were not planning on creating study level planes. So what they are aiming for is a very nice platform, which they have, live weather, compatible planes and everything, and the study level aspect of it they leave to the hands of the community, which is exactly what's happening now. So all in all, it's going according to plan. I think that's great. Let's go and take some nice views while we're still here. Take some nice shots of the clouds here. And yeah, so during the replay mode, with that mod, you can do all of this stuff. Change the camera and all the other things you can imagine. My recent favorite has become this one, the top view. I've shared a couple of screenshots with this kind of angle. like it. It's not so nice now because I just see clouds, but when you have that merge of like clouds and mountains below, it looks very scenic. We'll see that later, probably. But yeah, this one is no pushover either. Very nice. Looking good, Ace Anoma. Sorry, man. Wait, come back up. There you go. Why is it going up and down like that? Whew, that was a bit loud though, sorry about that, guys. How are the winds looking? Winds are in our favor. So our airspeed is 404 knots, 0.71 Mach almost. But we are traveling on the ground at 469, 470 knots. Convert that to miles per hour would probably be, I don't know, 550, 600 miles per hour. Goodness, right? Yeah. As fancy as it can be. There's the red tape. So what we'll ideally want to do is push our throttle so that we get as close as possible to that red tape. I guess fuel economy isn't top of mind when it comes to these kinds of jets. We do have enough fuel there. It says we'll be at around 1,400 pounds of fuel by the time we get to our destination, so we should have some extra. You see some snow up ahead already. There it is. That will great for some amazing photos. The aircraft is behaving itself, yes. Winds are a bit bumpy. Maybe it's good if you turn on seatbelt signs.
May I
Bit of
have your
turbulence in
attention,
here.
please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
But
Please fasten
overall,
your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time.
it's working great. Actually, what was that? When the update came out, 1.12.13.0, initially the CJ4 mod was not compatible. People were reporting black cockpits, like the instruments were black, I think, or invisible planes, but it was not working basically. But of course, working title being working title, they released an update a couple of hours after the patch, and now we're here. It's working again. So yeah, the guys behind are truly amazing and always on top of things. Autopilot inversion switch, like please no. Just like on the Mooney. Yeah. There are still some weird stuff happening on the autopilot sometimes, like it's not able to follow the magenta line properly. In those cases, I go back to heading mode and adjust, and then give it another chance, and it fixes itself. But yeah, it's still not perfect, but it's getting there. Getting pretty close to the red tape here, so I'll pull back to 95% N1 there. That should be fast enough. Great to hear it, man. Hope it's helping. Yeah, I hope to also be able to help others who are new to the plane, new to flight sim, because I was in the same boat myself a couple of months back. So I know that these kinds of things ideally would help. There we go. Now I'm not sure if this was how it looked before, but now we're definitely seeing snow all over the place, and I bet if you go to our drone view now, let's go 96% here. I think we can afford to speed it up a little. Yeah, the cloud below is thick or thin enough that we should be able to, yes, exactly. Something like that. It's very nice. Though I think it will be nicer if you get some perspective there. Yeah, you can see that with live weather, you actually get to see when the weather changes. You're leaving out behind the cloud cover, and now we're getting into lower layer clouds. It's beautiful. Bear with me a bit, okay? Just doing some photo stuff. It's a bit noisy, it's a bit bumpy. It's worth it. Laser shot. Oh yeah, that's true. The catch. Oh, that's beautiful. And if you go and look at the wing views, there you go. Majestic. There you go. Want snow, you got snow. You can actually, like, I think they also made some of the bodies of water frozen, so you can actually like land on them if you are flying a bush plane or something. Although I think there is a bug that it detects that that's still water even if it's frozen. So when you land on water normally, your plane crashes, so you get like a black screen saying your plane has crashed. Now I think even if they made some of the water frozen, you would still get the same error. So I think the workaround is to turn off crashes, and then you can land on the frozen water. Something like that is what they mentioned. That looks cool. Oh, that looks so good. Look above like that. You can see actually the clouds and the mountains merging. Oh, goodness, very bumpy. What's happening? Stay with me. The winds are not kind. They really nailed the morning lights. Oh yeah. I think it's actually around 3 p.m. here, but yeah, close. Sunrise and sunset should be pretty similar. And I bet it would be an easier, faster sunset because of winter. Wait, what's happening with our speed? Yeah, there's still something weird about the, how do you say, the aerodynamics, which I'm not sure if it really is like that, but sometimes you're like on a roller coaster, like so. Maybe that's really how it goes. I don't know. Maybe we just got unlucky with with the turbulence. Sounds you don't Yeah. One of the developers of Working Title is a real pilot, and he flew this exact plane for 2 years. So he has a lot of real life experience with it, and he has a lot of insights that you won't know if you're not a real pilot. He was saying like the people who usually, of course, this is a business jet, right? So people who fly on this are usually the corporate executives, you know, the big guns, the rich guys, basically, the 1% or the whatever you want to call it. But they basically don't want you to be flying slow at any point. So because he said that because there's basically no door here, no curtain, so the passenger at the back can actually look over at the PFD here, and if they see like a gap between the current speed and the red tape, they'll be mad at you because they'll know that you're not flying as fast as you can. So basically the goal is to always fly as fast as possible, as fast as safely possible. Oh, look at the elevation on Sky Park here. You see the mountain ranges. Time is money indeed. Yeah, I guess it's not as it's nowhere near as real as in flying, because of how expensive the fuel is. But I'm sure if they're flying something like this, whoa, they'll more than make up for the cost of the fuel in the plane with the revenues they're getting in the business. And that is beautiful. I've actually had people ask me in the comments in the video, is that live weather? Is that default weather? I think they were assuming I was using some kind of mod for the weather because of how cool it looked. Because there were instances before when it was a problem. Live weather wasn't so live, and live weather wasn't existing at all at some points. But yeah, glad to see that the platform is evolving bit by bit. I know we gave it such bad press because we've been through some rough areas, as rough as our flight today. Lots of bugs, some of them game breaking. But yeah, so far, Microsoft, Asobo, they've really been going up and up. So it's getting more and more stable, more and more dependable. The updates that come out don't break the game anymore. I'm not sure if there were any negative side effects caused by this recent patch, but so far, things have been okay. Hey Wang, thanks for joining. We are somewhere in Canada. Let's have a look. Imdul, if we look at the flight plan, in British Columbia, crossing over, what mountain range is this? Crossing over that beautiful mountain range. You can actually see it from below. Let's go exterior view. Cover your ears a bit because it will get a bit louder again. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. There it is. Beautiful. Oh, that's a thumbnail right there. I love that. Second, I'm just taking a shot for the thumbnail. There you go. Alright. Have a good night, Mike. Thanks for dropping by. I can imagine it's quite late there. Stay safe and Merry Christmas. Headed to Blast House for cookies. Am I too far north? Okay, we'll go there next flight. Yeah, we are actually close to our top of descent here. So for our next flight, we can take a shorter one. But we can go VATSIM. Maybe check out more of the immersion there. So we do one flight without, one flight with. And then we can check if the comm frequencies are working now. My goodness. Technologies these days. Let me see if I can take a better shot of this in drone mode. That I think is dramatic enough. Hey DH, did you manage to join the Discord? Thanks for dropping by, man. Sorry for the smoke and mirrors. How many photos have I taken already? Alright, let's have a look. Alpar. Let's have a look at the legs page here. Let's see, Windows 4800 above. Well, we can say What if you've been given a crossing restriction, cross on docks at 7,000, just to simulate it? How will that change the top of descent? Not much actually. But yeah, we can do that. Then we can see how the plane will follow it. So we can say, and now that I know where the top of descent is, I can go to, wait a minute, let's see. If I go to progress, can I see it through here? No, I don't think so. So I go to perf, VNAV setup, and then, where is it? Here. VNAV monitor. That's the one, 27 miles top of the, it's a bit buried in there. I wish it would be shown here, but I guess it depends what the real plane does. But at least it's there already. So 25 miles to go. So we should be able to start with that now. Let's plug in 7,000 on the altitude. Put in VNAV, so VNAV, once you press this, that will change to VAlt. So that's just saying you're still in altitude mode, but you have VNAV enabled. Hey Bryce, they broke Airbus inside map on turn on and other stuff. Is that with the fly-by-wire mod? If so, then I'm sure the fly-by-wire guys will update to it. It's just the way mods work. Whenever there's a major update, they will need to get updated in turn. In the trucking world, we are very familiar with that though. Beautiful. We're still not able to get into Discord, DH? That link. Do you see the link? Does it not work? What happens when you click it? I think this is one of those bugs. I've encountered this a while ago as well. So the plane will try to go left and right here. I think I'll have to go into heading mode if it continues with that. We'll see. Yeah, look at that. It's swerving left and right. I'm not really sure what way it does that. But the workaround is to go to heading mode and guide it accordingly. I guess there's a bit of recalculation needed to do there. Microsoft might have updated something with regard to the lateral navigation, which is conflicting with how the CJ4 mod does it. And that is beautiful, isn't it? So we can guide them in the meantime. Top of descent should be coming soon. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, such is the life of a modded profile. If you have mods, then most likely whenever there's a new official update, those mods will need to get updated in turn. It's just the way it works. Some people are not yet familiar with that, but yeah, I guess it takes some getting used to. If you have been trucking and have dabbled with mods, then that should be second nature to you. There's the snowflake. Top of descent is indicating top of descent should blink. When we right before, there you go. And now we are starting our descent. There it is. And let's pull back on the throttle so we don't overspeed. Awesome. Alright, let's try going to nav mode again. See if it will behave properly now. Oi. Not it on the red tape. That beep is for overspeed. Yay! Yay! Goodness. Okay, it is turning a bit late though. It will overshoot the magenta line here, but yeah, it does look like it's working now. Looks good. Hey Jesse, how are you? You get invitations for the other servers here. Maybe you are using a different account. How are you doing, Jesse? There you go. Take the flight planning. Yeah, lateral navigation I think needs a bit of tweaking. But more or less it still works, so that's good. We're right on the profile right there. What's cool about this is while we're not on VATSIM, we can explore this. So what's cool about this is you can like do also a vertical speed descent. You can do that and say I want to descend slower, 1,000 feet per minute. So like you have VNAV on, so you see that you are getting too high. You are too high now, we need to descend faster. So the snowflake is leaving us. And you see also the circle here is adjusting. That means you have to be on that descent rate to get back on the profile. So you can do that manually as well. Align the vertical speed up to that point to catch up with the snowflake basically. Or you can just automate it in the turn off VS, I think. You might have to re-enable VNAV for it to trigger. So it automates the stuff for you. So at this rate, following that circle, you see the snowflake getting closer and closer again to the middle. It's nice, just amazing VNAV. Beautiful sunset. So let's go and enable VNAV again. I think if I turn off VS here, we have VPath. But when I tried this before, it didn't work so much. I think it's working now though. Okay, let's monitor it. Good. Let's keep that there. Okay, we can relax a bit, guys. How is everyone doing? Guys, prepared for Christmas? Any plans? Dinner with family? Any gifts? I guess deliveries have been very common these days, right? Because we are very limited in going house to house and visiting friends. So I've had to work with a couple of local suppliers. I have some friends who started their own like side hustles, baking cakes, creating different delicacies. And then thanks to modern day technology, we have all these delivery applications, courier services. You can take the goods from one place to another. So even though we can't meet face to face, we can still give gifts. It's amazing. I remember there was being interviewed. I think BTS was the one getting interviewed, but it was a good point. Like, he says he was thankful that the pandemic happened this year. And if you think about that statement, it's like, what the heck are you talking about, right? Like, why would you be thankful that it happened this year? But the point of view he had was, thank goodness it happened this year and not like 10 or 20 years ago or something like that. Because if it happened back then we wouldn't be able to do all the stuff that we can still do while stuck at home. Having internet, for example, having delivery services, having all these courier services and everything, so we can still function even if it's not optimal. And it's a great boon, yeah, technology. So in that way, you can actually still be thankful. It's a very nice point of view, very positive way of thinking. I like that. And of course, it will not be applicable to everybody. We get hit differently. But in general, that's a great way of looking at it. Just mixing the throttle here so we are not getting too close to the red tape. We hate red tapes. There you go. Steam sale is on. Oh, any news on what is on sale? Is Red Dead Redemption 2 on sale? I decided to skip out on what was that you guys were telling me? Death Stranding. You know the game, the Hideo Kojima game. Death Stranding, yeah. Decided to skip out on it because I'm still enjoying Cyberpunk. And yeah, looks like the VPAD is not working properly. I have to deactivate and then activate it, and then it refreshes. Yeah. So now it will keep me level until we catch up to that snowflake, and then it'll start descending again. Now it's working. Good. Red Dead is on sale. How much? My goodness, that one I think I will buy. Video with a CJ without the mods, where you go through basics. No, I honestly I don't want to fly the CJ4 without mods because it will be just frustrating. I recommend getting into the mods immediately, otherwise you will not get a proper experience. It can get quite frustrating. 40 USD. What is the base price that on that one? 60, 70? That's a significant sale. Might be time to get into it. 33 off is very good. Goodness, I think I won't be able to dodge that one. Awesome stuff. Okay, looks like I have something to do over the holidays. Which is perfect because Cyberpunk, as much as I enjoy it, I am starting to finish the missions. I have like maximum street cred and the level is really high now. So it's becoming very repetitive. Although the missions are nice, they're quickly running out. Snow in game. Oh, cool. How does RDR Online work? Are there like missions or stuff? Our destination is Quebec Zulu 3033 on the barrel. Let's not forget switching back to local altimeter. That's really high pressure, huh? Align heading mode there. But yeah, this stream would hopefully be that one that you're looking for, because here I go through the full flight from start up, setting up the flight plan, and I do miss some stuff, but there should be timestamps. So when this comes out on YouTube, there should be timestamps so you can jump into each section. It should help a bit, hopefully. On docks at 7,000, that looks like it's working. Good. Let's go ahead as well and plan the approach. So we go to performance, approach. The winds at the destination airport would be, actually there are no winds, so 0 at 0. Outside air temperature would be -5 degrees Celsius. And QNH is 3033 indeed. Okay, good. So with that being said, would we need anti-ice? I don't think you can turn it on yet here, so that's not reflecting. But those are our V-speeds, so we send that up. That should update our V-speeds for landing later. What is that? LPV term. Looks like it's an LPV approach. Let's double check that with the chart. Slow down here as well. Start slowing down. We go to idle here because we'd want to be below 250 knots when we reach 10,000 feet. Look at the snow, guys. There's just hints of snow there. Oh, beautiful. Look at those clouds. Okay, let's look at the chart. So if I go and look at RNAV Yankee 13, okay, pin that up. We're going via the on-docks transition, so that's the initial approach fix. Recommended 4.8. Octan is here. 4.8. And then the final approach fix would be Elvug at 3,800 feet. Is this LPV? It is LPV. Decision altitude would be 2124. Let's make it 2150 maybe, just a bit of buffer. To 150, so let's go to refs. And then go here to Baro there, and then turn the dial until we reach to 150. This is not really required, but this is good for immersion, so we get that minimum call out when we get low enough. Good. So let's assume that we've been cleared for the RNAV approach, so we can lower our altitude, our selected altitude, all the way to 150 as well. Say 22. It's good there. You're familiar with the airport? Oh, nice. Yeah, have a look at the chart and how it looks. $5,500 runway, Quesnel, British Columbia. Runway 13. We might have to back taxi. I'm not sure if I can brake in time there on that taxiway. Alpha. Slow it down. 10,000 feet, turn on our landing lights. It's hard to click. 1 second. Landing and logo. Seatbelts on. Start slowing down here as we get closer to the approach. I am noticing, I'm not sure if it's just me, but it seems like the sim is being able to use all my threads now a bit more evenly. Maybe they also improved a bit the optimization. Hey Nari, yes indeed, 0.8.2, the one that's compatible with the latest version. Not the same as story mode, different. Cool. Metro 2033. Oh, Jack was very fond of that, right? So fond it actually read the books. Who even buys games anymore? 737-200s. Wow. Okay, that's reassuring. So I should be able to land here fine. One thing that I am not sure if it needs to be tweaked on the VNAV. So the VNAV, the profile of the VNAV just takes you on a descent all the way until the runway, which is good. But I think ideally it should kind of level out at times so that you get below the speeds. Because right now if I just let VNAV take its course and take me all the way down, I won't ever reach 200 knots, or it will be very hard. Look, I'm at full idle on the throttle. I'm still beyond 200 knots. I have to be on 200 knots so I can deploy my flaps and extend my landing gear. But if I keep the speed up, then I will not have a chance to do so. So I usually need to use my speed brakes. And some people are very, what do you say? They give a bad connotation to speed brakes. So, yeah, it's we'll see. I guess it depends on the approach. But right, this approach we can go beyond 200, so I don't need to use the speed brakes at all. So that's good. So yeah, there you go. Flaps 1. Or flaps 15 rather. Hey, thanks for the bits, J. Crow. Appreciate that. Looking good here. Let's just get our flaps to 15. I'll deploy the landing gears later as we get closer to the final approach fix. Let's go and check. Final approach course is 131. Guess I can already plug that in. 131 here. There you go. Slow it down, slow it down. Octan. You've reached Octan. The next waypoint will be the final approach fix. We should be at 3,800 by then. Okay. But this is actually pretty good. Because at Octan, oh, we can't see it anymore. 3,800. Actually, let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure why it says 3,800 above. It seems like it should be at 3,800 exactly. Can I change that? If it will change my vertical profile? Not really, I think. It's fine. Good. And then as we get closer to the final approach fix, I will enable the approach so we can capture the glide path. I think there's still a bug though, and I think they filed this bug already. So they should hopefully work on it next update. Man, it looks great here, doesn't it? This is when that app that's coming out in January would be perfect, that replay app. That would be great, so you can analyze your landings further and enjoy the landscape. Alright, let's go and arm the approach. Glide path is not yet captured. I might have messed up because I changed the vertical restriction. I think I'll have to catch up with the glide path. Come on, go lower. It is 2,900. Why am I not changing? Yeah, that's bugged. Still quite a few tweaks needed there, I think. Right. So try to catch up to it.
Landing gear.
Landing gear is down. Flaps are down. Let's catch up to this guy. Let's turn off the... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's leave it. We should be able to capture the glide path still. If you descend fast enough.
Altitude.
Best approach altitude is 2,700. we're still going fast, still a bit high. Okay.
500.
That looks good. It's a bit weird, I think, because I fiddled with the flight plan. Didn't capture the glide path properly.
Minimums.
Have to double check that. Land. A bit too low here, interestingly enough. There you go, catch up to it. All the blinking lights, huh? Winds are coming a bit from the left. Go to idle. Come on, don't float. Floating again. There you go. Speed brakes. Yeah, I won't make the turn. I'll have to turn around later. It's fine. Welcome to Cusno. Yeah, this is the working title mod 0.8.2. I shouldn't have worked with the... I shouldn't have changed the vertical restriction, I think. Let's turn off the heaters. But that's okay. It got us close enough that we can land manually. Alright. (737-200s). I'm not even sure I know how that looks like. I think the only thing I'm familiar with is the 737-800 and then the 700. Those two I can tell apart, but the others I have no idea. I assume those are shorter. Beautiful taxiing behavior. And gear up. Sorry, flaps up. Lights, taxi lights. If we can click on it, there you go. And I guess there is no other parking area. Oh, there's that guy. Cool. Where should we be facing? Oh, that way. Okay. Might not have been ideal. Let's just stop here. Good. And turn off the engine. Turn off avionics. It actually captures that now. Cool. Let's not forget to deliver the package before we end this. There you go. Cha-ching. Something to keep it going. Hey Crazy Humpy, it got broken, but they updated it immediately. So it's now at 0.8.2. So you guys can check the mods list. !mods. That should be updated now for the mods that are compatible with 1.12.13.0. Right, good warm up. Good view of the snow. Can we do a short flight? Ah, yeah, that would be interesting. Hey, thanks for the bit, Sonoma. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, they are so fast with updates. Like a few hours after, you already have something. Cool. So that was the flight plan we took. Got a bit wonky near the end, but that should work. It also got a bit wonky with the vertical, the lateral navigation here. So it was having trouble keeping that magenta line. We'll observe how that works. It seems to be happening when getting close to top of descent, but I'm not sure if there's a real correlation there. Now I want to check. Oh look, someone's flying there. Someone who won. So what do you guys want to do now? You guys want to do VATSIM or you want to do sightseeing? We can like switch planes, go and do VFR, or we can try to go on VATSIM. Depending if there's a controller online, that is. Wow, there are so many people online. Let me show you. That's fantastic. And all those are different people. Planes from different simulators. And those are all the covered areas for air traffic control. US has a bit of little coverage actually. We do have something there, but I think we want to explore something in the north. Hey Rohan! How are you? What have you been busy with? I think I'll finally be able to buy Red Dead Redemption. It's on sale. They said it's 33% on sale. Well, let's see if we can do a short flight. Doing good as well, man. I think we might not have enough time for VATSIM. Red Dead Redemption going online. Well, it does have online already, right? But I think there will be like a, what is it, free or a separate version. So I think we'll do another flight here, more north, and let's see how snowy that gets. What is this? Two worked. There's a star there. Is familiar with this airport? Very small though. Let's look for something in Sky Park, and let's look for something in the north. So if, for example, this is the one, US, Canada, let's pick something here, maybe search this region. It's the most north I've seen. Oh, this is actually, no, this is clear sky. Okay, this is the good guys. So here you have 6,000 feet of asphalt and then 4,200 on arrival. That should be okay, I think. Business jets should be feasible. We can try that. Not sure if it's snowing here though. How would you know? That one I think is in Alaska, is it? So we're coming from Inuvik, Northwest Territories. 6,000 feet of asphalt. Going to, what is that? Barter? 4,500. Barter Island. So hard to pick. I think I'd rather choose this one. This might be a bit of a different feel. Special edition full story experience. Sure thing, if it's on sale, that's what I'll be getting. Cool stuff. Alright, let's try this one. It did go through, there you go. It's a bit shorter, so we should have enough time for it. But let's do that entire thing again. So I can clear this one, reset flight plan for a new one. And then I can plug those in. Foxtrot Sierra, Fort Simpson. Going to Foxtrot November Sierra. That is not here. November 5. There you go. Luckily. Okay, yeah, luckily. Okay, that looks like it. If we look at the flight plan, that is it. I have no idea how this looks, but it looks so far up north that I think maybe there's a chance that it's snowing here. Negative 27 degrees. It might be. Oh, destination is actually IFR, negative 24, and broken clouds at 800 feet. I'm not even sure if we can land there. We'll see. We'll do the best we can. Looks like we can't go that high. Flight level 270, I guess, would be the extent of it. Light snow and minus 23 for arrival. Oh, how did you see? Oh yeah, it does say that. Good. Cool, okay. I guess that's cool. In the departure, it's few clouds. It's pretty good weather. But yeah, arrival is a bit more interesting. Okay, let's see. No procedures, no departure procedures. Arrival is just RNAV. So only approach, no arrival. Winds wise, 17102 knots. Basically calm winds. So runway 7 probably is better. Let's pick that one. Ebgok. Yeah, Ebgok is the way. Canadians are not very fond of procedure turns, huh? Which is good for us. Let's plug something in. There you go. Alright, that looks good. So look at this one. If I open this, both of them, do you see both? Am I hiding it in chat? Oh, you can see. So you can see here, it's a direct route, right? But when I save this, so I save this as a Little Navmap flight plan, but when I export it as a FS 2020 plan, it will default to that directory where FS 2020 is looking. If I save that like this, you'll see immediately it pops up there in SkyPark. So it detects the updated flight plan that we did. Super cool. Export that as well as Explain 11 FMS, because that one is being read by Navigraph better. So I can load that from file in Navigraph, so I can get some proper charts there. Good. Alright, let's fly this one. Alright. Load it up. Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Sierra, but before that, let's go and check our block fuel. 277 gallons. Okay, that's fine. So we can retain the default settings here. Some very small airports here. Runway 14, okay. Can spawn in here. 4 p.m. I think it's getting a bit too dark. But yeah, maybe we can try first and adjust later if needed. RDR online. I'm more interested at the moment with the story, but yeah, that can also be something, I guess, after you're done with the storyline. Alright, there it is. No snow yet. We'll see how that changes later. Wow, goodness, it's dark. No, we'll have to change the time, guys. It's a bit too dark. Look at how late the sunrise is. 9:30. 10. So like 10 to 4. It is snowing. Look at that. It is. Yeah, so it doesn't spawn in immediately. It loads in after a while. You can't even see the taxiway anymore. Let's get a bit more light in here. Goodness. It barely rises. That's the peak. Wow. Okay, I'll take it. That's really cool. Yeah, I can't see the taxiway either. Can't see some of the lights, but... Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Alright. We'll have to make our way through there. Open the airport chart first, so I know where we're going. Runway 14, I believe, is what we are trying. Yes, runway 14. Okay, good. Let's do that step again. Do the entire thing. Battery. Dispatch. Avionics. Yeah, negative 26 outside, guys. Might be a tad cold. Foxtrot Sierra. Let's turn off track IR for now. Going to Foxtrot November 5. There you go. Departure runway 14. In terms of legs, go direct Rospa. You can see there being broken lines on the plan. It's not yet executed. You can still cancel that. Depog. The names are quite interesting, huh? Urpid. I wonder how they come up with these. And then Agnet. Good. Execute. And then for the arrival, we'll be picking our nav 07, I think is what we picked, with the EBGOC transition. There's actually also a visual approach, but I don't think that's wise given the weather at the arrival. So just to show, this is something new with 0.8.1 mod version, I think. If you don't have an RNAV approach, like some airports are pretty basic, right, for visual flying and stuff like that, you can just pick the runway, and then it makes you an extended runway. So it gives you it creates a glide path for you just to guide you. So you have like a semi RNAV approach, a very non-precise RNAV, but it gives you the proper flight plan and the proper altitudes. It's pretty cool. That is exactly what I was expecting when I clicked the runway. In 0.8.0 that wasn't there. They added it in 0.8.1, I believe. But for us, we'll pick the RNAV one in the EBGOC transition. Have a look at the legs page. There you go. So we have the discontinuity again between the last waypoint that we set and the start of the approach. Just put that in like so. And what else? Perf init. So the same 4 people 150 cargo. Flight level 270. Looks good. Right. Start the engines. See it from outside. That guy probably doesn't want to be there. Doesn't seem safe. Oh, they actually added proper snow, huh? That's pretty cool. Even if it's not snowing, there is snow on the ground. I wonder how they know that. If that's on the meta as well or something different. Fancy pants shit hanging out with bush planes. That's true. Yeah, this ramp is actually for small GA planes. Feeling a bit out of place. Start engine 1. So in terms of departure, don't have a SID, so we'll just go on runway heading 137 degrees, and then we will well, it's going to be pretty straightforward actually. 137, and then we'll proceed on course, intercept the flight plan at some point. Look at that. Taxiways Bravo, Charlie, and Delta closed October 1 to May 15. Wonder why. I guess those get filled with snow or something. To our left. Let's have a look at that one. Those are the closed ones. I guess that would make sense. So the only open one is this one. Honestly, it doesn't look very different. But I guess in reality, it is better maintained. Okay. 137 on the heading. Let's hope I don't miss my flaps this time.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs.
Heading mode.
Thank you.
Flight level 270. Let's just go straight there. Flight level change 240 knots. Okay, and proceed with this one. Let's press B here. 3007. Oh, exactly the same as the meta again. 3007. Temperature is just 1 degree off. It's beautiful. Okay, winds are 117 at 4 knots. Temperature is negative 26. Do we need anti-ice? 27 degrees, I guess we could. Well, there aren't really any clouds, no precipitation, so maybe it's cold but it's not really snowing. So we don't need anti-ice. I'm not really sure, I have to study up on when anti-ice is needed. Let's turn that off for now though. The speeds are there, looking good. Okay, off we go. So clear. Which one? My instructions, of course. No, probably not that one. Okay, let's do this. Seatbelts on.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
Climate
Please
control.
fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Stream is clear. Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you. Parking brake is released. Let's pull up the engine a bit. Let's get moving. Making our way towards runway 14. We'll have to back taxi again. These are very small airports that we're taking. Oh, actually I haven't loaded the packages yet. Catch. There we go. I almost forgot to load the package. We would have done the flight without any proper load on our backs. There's the taxiway. You can kind of see it. There's the whole short line. So you can kind of see it. It's still there. Downloading the update now. It's a huge one. It'll take a while. That's pretty cool. It actually pitches up to 10 degrees. Nice. So don't forget the flaps. There we go. And then TCAS mode to TARA. Turn on the landing lights, strobes, logo. Turn off the taxi lights. Heaters go on. Actually, maybe I should have turned off the heaters first. That's okay. Because they said that can actually overheat on the ground. Well, maybe with this temperature it won't, right? Negative 27 outside, I guess it would be fine. But did that sound like a joke to you? Oh no. My goodness. It's so nice though how this sim is able to replicate that kind of environment, right? The farther north you go, the shorter your daytime and stuff like that. I think even the phases of the moon is able to replicate properly. That's pretty cool. Okay, should be okay. Let's check our controls here. Look at the shadow. Pretty cool, right? What is a Zambozi? No stream is a joke. No, I don't get the reference. Let's go to memory 1 here. Let's not go past the runway, please. Cleans the ice hockey at hockey rinks. Oh, okay. I think I get a visual on how that looks like. Oh, that looks pretty cold. Okay. Looks wrong though, my heading. Okay, but that's fine. Alright, did I miss anything else? The timer. Timer start. Engines are stable. Takeoff detent set. Now I have proper flaps. V1 is coming up very fast. V1 rotate. There you go. Positive rate. Gear up. Yaw damper on. Flaps up. Pull back on the throttle to the climb detent. There you go. And turn on autopilot. And now we can proceed with our sightseeing, guys. Look at that beauty. Snow-filled landscape. Nice. That is so cool. Some bugs still with the water elevation there though. Still hasn't been properly fixed, I think. Still some tweaks needed. That's fine. Okay, everything looking good. Alright, let's go and intercept the heading here. Intercept the flight plan. Cyberpunk 2077 reference. Ah, the whole name. Ah, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think you posted that exact one in Discord. I get you now. Nav mode. It's good. Snow there last week, 9 inches. I have no experience with snow whatsoever. This is actually cool. You can use Sky Park to track your heading. So instead of facing north up, it will face wherever you're heading. And track you the entire way in real time. Nice. Now, if we pass through this cloud, do we get icing immediately, even if it's super thin? We'll see. No, I think we're good. Phew. Alright. Temperature outside. How the heck did that happen? Negative 13. It was negative 27 a while ago. And what the heck is the autopilot doing? 10,000 feet. Turn off the landing lights. Seatbelts can go off as well. Yeah, I think at some waypoints it gets bugged, huh? It's going to... I don't know what it's doing. Okay, there you go, it's catching up. Ah, beautiful. So nice. Episode 4 should be out today, nice. I've only watched the first episode, so I have a lot of catching up to do. So that's great. I am up to date with Star Trek though. Yeah, something looks different with the lateral navigation indeed. Something weird. It seems to find itself after a while though. Just gets a bit lost along the way. Let's see how that looks like in the breadcrumbs. Yeah, that's how it does. It's going to snake a little left and right until it captures it finally. So it kind of overcompensates in a way, I guess. I'm sure they'll get right to that later. Or next time. Oh, so good. So nice to see a different landscape. And nice to see it's actually weather. So it's like an overlay, like how it should be. It's not like the textures have been made different. It's like they put in a snow overlay if it's snowing there. 18,000 standard altimeter. So the actual textures are still there. Good evening, Piper Hawk. Thank you for joining. How are you? Alright, autopilot is stable now again. Thankfully. We have 39 knots. Tailwind. Doing pretty good. VR MSFS 2020. Does anyone have a VR headset here and is excited to try out how FS 2020 looks in VR? Oh, just tried VR. There you go. Needs a bit of work. Ah, nice. What's lacking in it? I would expect the frame rate is not that good yet. So nice. I can imagine, Rohan. Have you ever tried VR in any of your games? What do you use it on usually? In which VR headset is that? Textures need some work. Ah, I see. Let's turn off track IR here so I can move my head. Frame rate was not as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah, I thought that was going to be the main problem. That's very promising actually. Haven't tried VR with the PC games. What have you tried VR with? They said trucking in VR is great. You might not need a new monitor anymore. Let's go and look at the other views. This is my favorite view. This window, I don't know why. Maybe it's from watching so many of Premiere OneDriver's videos. He likes this particular camera angle for the wing view. And the CJ4 is very similar to the Premiere 1 in that way. I think the Avionics is the same. Yeah, I think so. And then many aspects of the plane are the same as well. Although I think in terms of looks, the Premiere 1 looks much better. Because the CJ4 is... I'm not a fan of this flat beak. Like a duck or something. Looks a bit wonky to me. The rest of the plane looks cool, but that one is a bit... this one is okay as well, but this is my favorite view. I think I have a screenshot here somewhere. Want to go? Is it that quick? Oh yeah, flight level 270 already. Nice. That was fast. Okay, I guess we can stay here then. Go back into the cruise. We play ATS in VR all the time. It's the best way to play it. Nice. I'm not a huge fan of VR yet, but maybe that's because I don't have a headset. Maybe my mind will change once I get something like that. Looking good. Flight plan. Let's have a look outside. Cover your ears, guys. Get a bit loud. Snowing all over the place. Well, I guess, yeah, Canada would be the place to go, huh? Yeah, I guess the only thing that's weird would be the temperature jump a while ago. It was negative 27 at the airport, and then when we left it, it became like negative 5 or something. So I guess it's the discrepancy, because how they do it is, I think they have... Was it Meteo Blue, the weather data that they are sourcing it from, has the weather of the entire world, but when they get to the airport, they have the specific METAR there. So the weather in the METAR information of the airport itself can be very different from the Meteo Blue weather, and there has to be like that transition from airport weather to Meteo Blue weather. So I guess what we saw a while ago was that the airport was negative 27, but the Meteo Blue was negative 5. So that transition took place and it felt very different. I guess there's a bit of discrepancy there still. That might need a bit of work. Oh, RAM air temperature. Negative 27. Hey Trotter. So what is RAM air temperature? And why is it colder? Well, I would still assume because like a while ago in the airport we had negative 27 already, and then when we took off it became hotter. Is that normal? Hey, break loose. Just did your first of many flights in VR. Oh, nice. Sounds great, man. It's great to see. Great to hear that VR is actually doing pretty good. Honestly, I did not expect much of it. I expected it to be a huge mess. But looks like Microsoft, Asobo really have been working on that. And thank goodness they have been delaying these, like before we get these updates every 2 weeks, which has always been a mess. Now it looks like the update they did is pretty good. That's great to see. You can see the runway so much better even at night. That's great, man. Give me a few seconds, guys. There's someone at the door. think my coffee is here. Compression of the air. He's getting a new monitor. Is the Asus guys getting the monitor? No! No one's getting the monitors. Fear update did break the A320 in CJ4 mods. Yeah. The CJ4 has been modded already, updated already. That's why we're flying it. The A320 we might need to wait for a bit. But I guess that one I don't blame Microsoft at all. It's up to the modders to really adjust. It's part of the modding world that mods really need an update. One sec. Okay, it was the coffee indeed, thankfully. I just ran out of paper filters, so that was perfect timing. Yeah, CJ4 works. The working title group has been so fast at releasing an update. So let's go back to that topic. I'm quite interested. I forgot to turn off the estimated time. So the temperature here a while ago, maybe it would be nice to look at the footage later. It was negative 27, let's say, and then after we were airborne, we saw it became negative 5. Would there be a reason why it's colder, much colder than in the ground than in the air? I would have assumed the higher you go, the colder it gets. "20 degrees warmer, the sun," because we're closer to the sun. That was my theory. Jay just laughed at it. VR. I'll be looking for some videos on VR. Maybe this will get me to buying one. Thought the ground is always colder than the air. Normally no, because as you climb, the temperature drops. No, not this time, Jay. The previous stream, when we were talking about what was it? But I had that theory that I thought it should get warmer the higher you go because you get colder to the sun or closer to the sun. That's when you laughed. Yeah. Reason why I like snow doesn't stick even if the air is cold. I think that's a different reason altogether. It's not the temperature itself, or it's not. It gets colder when you get higher for sure. That one I'm 100% sure. But at some point, it doesn't stick anymore. The icing doesn't occur anymore. What I've read, what you guys told me was at negative 40 degrees Celsius, I think. There is no more icing that occurs. So like before, how do you say? Hotter than 40 degrees, there is still icing. But once you get to the negative 40 or colder, no more icing occurs. But I'm not sure why. There's some more science stuff there, which is pretty cool. And that would be something I hope we can get into this sim as well, with how it's simulating all the other aspects. I hope the weather and the temperatures is something that it can get behind as well. More proper icing, more accurate stuff like that. That would really help me learn about these things, experiencing them for myself in the sim, in addition to all the theory. Right? Sounds like a temperature inversion. Sometimes warm air gets caught above colder air below. That could work. Yeah, that might be. Because warm air goes up, cold air goes down, right? But 20-degree difference. My theory is still that difference between the airport weather and meteo blue weather. I think that's still my leading theory. But let me know if you think differently. After all, we have some time to debate on that. The faster you go, the more heat you generate by aircraft pushing through the air. Because of the friction with the air, I guess that could work. But then wouldn't that always be true then? Because I think this is the first time I've seen that the temperature actually got hotter as I got higher. How fast were we traveling? I would say around 200 knots. 240 knots is what our climb was looking like. This is interesting stuff. Let's say maybe 3,000 feet per minute. Inversion, you got this all the time here. So that's the one that Sonoma mentioned. Yeah, I think that could be a very plausible reason. It might be how it works, because I'm used to flying in, how do you say, more normal weather. Like above zero definitely on the ground. But when things get this cold, it might be a different thing altogether. It might actually be warmer when you go higher. That can be a thing. Sent a 3080 to Jack Black. Oh, is there a video? Yeah, climb through it very quick. The faster you fly, the higher the RAM rise in RAM air temperature. Static air temperature plus temperature rise. I got a bit lost there. There's a tweet from Nvidia. That's what you get when you're a celebrity. Just like, what's his name? Witcher guy. Cavill. Henry? Harry? Henry. Henry, there you go. Say ground temp is 50, you go up, it stays at negative 15. Okay, I see what you mean, Jay. Yeah. That is probably how it looks like. Yes. So I was expecting, because I'm more used to ground temperatures that are hot, whenever I go up, whenever I climb, it would always be colder. It would always get colder. But yeah, maybe if you are actually, if on the ground it's actually colder already, when you go up it actually gets hotter. That could be a thing. Interesting. Yeah, I think it might be my first time flying in negative temperatures on the ground. So it could be a totally different beast. Just like Clumsy. Yeah, I have to keep my lips sealed. Can't say much about that. Can't call him a cheater. He got the 3090, yeah, because he's the Witcher. Have you guys seen that Witcher bloopers? Netflix posted it in their Facebook page. That was pretty interesting. Like, you see all this super cool stuff, like Witcher is super serious, right? Dark and everything. But they added the bloopers there, and it's so out of place. There was even a scene where, what's the name of Witcher's, what's his name again? Geralt? Geralt's horse? It's pretty close to his horse, right? So they have a lot of scenes together. There was a scene where Geralt was preparing something. Roach is the horse. So Geralt was working on something, on his pack and something, and Roach was in the scene. And then the director asked him to like, can you take the scene again, because the horse was doing something. Doing just now, if you get what I mean. And you actually see it in the video. Plop, 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 plop. So they put that as part of the blooper. It's like, oh. If they put that in the series, then what does he do with this horse? Oh, let's not go there. Are we getting into the personalities topic? Please no. Maybe the horse has the biggest personality by far. It does seem very lively in the show. I'm wondering though, why are they featuring a lot of Witcher stuff recently? I even get it as a recommended thing in my Netflix account. Is season 2 coming soon? Because there's nothing, it's still season 1 for me. I doubt season 2 has come out yet. Never compare your personality to a horse personality. I just feel bad. Yeah, they're much more colorful creatures, I think. They finished filming season 2. Ah, that might be it. Goodness, weather looks bad up ahead, guys. That's where we'll be landing, I think. That's why it's IFR. Look at how thick those clouds are. We need a horse emote. So are you guys all joining the convoy tomorrow? Not sure how that will go. We'll just wing it. We'll just keep it informal, okay? I don't want any proper program or stuff. Just keep it like a convoy among friends. And let's fumble along on the way. Slow down while maintain the same altitude and see what happens to that. It should go down. Yeah, that might be an interesting test, huh? From NOAA, temperature inversion is a layer in the atmosphere in which air temperature increases with height. The cap is a layer of relatively warm air aloft above the inversion. Air parcels rising into this layer become cooler than surrounding environment. Oh, that is too much for me. Oh my goodness, science. Oh, no wonder I didn't do well there. RSVP. Oh yeah, I think I was supposed to reply. I think I composed the message but didn't get to sending it. Yeah, it's okay. Just we'll see who joins when they join. Oh, we're actually top of descent already. That was super quick. VNAV. There you go, just in time. Oh, that was quick. Let's check the chart here. RNAV 07. Pin that. Get my track IR back. So Ebgok is going to be our initial approach fix. At Domri, recommended 2,700. Final approach fix. Okay. I'm just going to set the selected altitude to somewhere above the runway elevation, because there is a problem right now with selected altitude and glide path. So runway elevation is 1048, the airport elevation. So I'm going to set it at 1100. That should be okay. Right. Altitude 1100. Right. And the decision altitude is 1620. It's pretty high. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's scary. 1620, okay. It should be normal actually. Might have a problem there. 1620 minimums. On 620, there you go. Right. Slow it down. 290 knots. I love how the engine, the sounds adjust based on the throttle. You really hear it's pulling up or spooling down. Okay, let's go ahead and compute performance approach. Winds at the destination. Let's see how the weather looks like there. Limited IFR. Okay, I think the weather went a bit better. No, actually no, it got worse. Overcast at 400 feet. I'm not sure if we can land on this airport, guys. 400 feet, my goodness. The airport is 1,000 feet in elevation, so the clouds are underground. It probably doesn't spell very good. 171 at 3 knots wind. -24 QNH. Altitude, altimeter is 3016. Send that in. 102, 108. All good. Pretty soon we'll have to tune that in here as well.
A few moments later.
Perfect. That's the perfect one. 18,000 feet, switch to local altimeter. Go, and then put in 3016. Same here. Nice. Okay, we're good. Oh, scary stuff. I think I'll be turning on anti-ice as soon as we punch through that. How cold is it here? -23. Airport is actually... Maybe it would have been better to do an RNAV 25 approach. Actually, that's a good test. Let's see if we can change approaches mid-flight. It's a good test. Let's see how much that changes stuff. If we wanted to do instead, for example, yeah, and the winds actually favor our nav 25 a bit. So if we change, for example, the arrival, let me see what's good here. Testing the limits of what this FMS can do. Our nav 25 with the on-pit transition. Our nav 25 with the on-pit transition. There you go, exactly. Execute. Let's see how that changes the flight plan here. There you go. You have a discontinuity. Just connect Agnet with on-pit. Execute. And it actually worked. I think. Just turn on an anti-ice here. it worked because it stopped our descent. Oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Punching through clouds like that. Oh, amazing. Got hardware unboxings 3080. Maybe. That was the ulterior motive. Speed it up more here. Top of descent is in 20 miles, I think. And yeah, we stopped our descent because we're traveling farther now. Our nav runway 07 is more on the way. Our nav 25 is a bit more out of the way. So all in all, we're traveling farther. That means we don't have to descend as fast. So top of descent has been adjusted accordingly. That's beautiful. Man, these clouds, right? And I'm happy to see that it actually works very well. Changing and our approach mid-flight actually works. If we were working with default avionics here from Asobo, I would have been very scared to do that. Yeah, it would have spelled disaster quite quickly for us. A lot of crashes on the sim have been caused by fiddling with the flight plan mid-flight, which is something you normally do, should normally do in a flight. So I'm happy to see that with the CJ4 mod you can do that without any fear whatsoever. There we go. See how that works. There's the snowflake. So our descent should be coming in soon. Might have to recalculate our approach actually. We'll do that later. There we go. The pitch down might be a bit sudden. Might be a bit wobbly. Seatbelt signs.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time.
Okay, let's put back on the throttle here. Slow it down. Oh, that is beautiful. How cool is this? Let's check outside. Wow. You can actually see the clouds dissipating in front of you. That is amazing. This is why I can't leave Flight Sim 2020. And happy to see that we are getting so much detail in the planes now that I'm not actually craving for more simulation. Very nice. Now it should be snowing outside. We'll see once we get below the clouds how that looks like. Now in the soup. Exactly, Piper. I have been very close to switching back to X-Plane a couple of times, but whenever I imagine the clouds, losing these clouds, and imagine all the plugins I have to download and set up again from X-Plane, I lose interest and I just stick with Flight Sim 2020. And I'm happy I stick with it because now, yeah, now we're getting this level of detail on the planes as well. It's getting mature enough. So let's go and plug in that approach again. Did I send it already? Does that work the same? RNAV, runway 25, 171 minus 24, 3016, yeah. Send those again anyway, just to be sure. Okay, I think those are sent. If you double check that in the refs menu, there it is, 101 and 107. Although I'm not sure why they're not magenta. I was expecting them to be magenta since they're coming from the FMS. First! Hey Scotsman, how's it going? What have you been busy with recently? More train sim stuff? Or have you been training? Can't see anything. That's what you call IMC. What does it mean again, guys, IMC? Instrument meteorological conditions, something like that. You can actually see the landing lights reflecting off the clouds a bit. See it there. Not as volumetric as in X-Enviro, but yes, you can quite see it. Let me compare that. I zoom out if I turn that off. There it is. Quite nice. It's actually bouncing a bit against the clouds there. Okay, any speed restriction in the RNAV approach? Let's see, RNAV 25 with 1 bit. Any maximum speeds? Not really. Okay, that's fine. What's interesting is it says it's LPV, but I don't think it is. How do you know if an RNAV is an LPV approach? I was expecting like here in the MDA it would say LPV, but here I don't see anything. It says GNSS. I think that's different, right? But here we see in the plane it says LPV term, so I'm not sure. This is your favorite NL skybox from the inside. exactly, yeah. This is the one. Alright, here we go. We have -6 at 7,000 feet. And as we go lower, I imagine it should get colder because it should be -24 at the airport itself on the ground. So pay close attention to the rat, guys, okay? Let me know how it looks. In the meantime, I will fly the plane. I know it's a bit small, but you should see it changing. What happened to Henry Cavill? He got injured. He got the 3090. Decided to play some games. There to his final approach fix at 2,700. Okay, let's double check that the legs are vertical restrictions are the same. 27, 2680. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And this time I won't change anything in the flight plan to see if that would allow us to capture the glide path properly. Got injured in his foot. Oh. What is that? Are those clouds? Cloudception? Oh crap, going too fast. Going beyond 250, my bad. What happened with the V path? Why are we descending that quick? The same time he got his turn. Yeah, right. That's why the release date was pushed to early 2021. Ah, I see. Ice on the window? Shouldn't be, we have anti-ice on. As much as we can at least. It melted, ah, okay. So the temperature, yeah, it is getting colder. It might be that inversion thing you guys are mentioning. Cool stuff. Yeah, the lateral navigation is a bit wonky. When it's a sharp turn like that, it kind of gets confused. I think that's one of the known bugs actually. Right, we should be sticking to 2700 here. Alt V, that would allow us to go below 200 knots, and that would allow me to extend my flaps and landing gear. There we go, V Alt captured. So that should slow us down enough that I don't need to use my speed brakes. That looks pretty good. Unfortunately, the weather is not cooperating. I have zero visibility outside. Trust in your gauges, you will. Yes. Now we should see the ground at 1620 feet, otherwise we should not be continuing our landing. We'll see. Okay, let's go flaps 15. Get ready for it. I'll also start arming the approach. There we go, that should work. And when the snowflake is 1 dot away from us, I'll extend the landing gear. Upper left corner of windshield, that's the reflection from the PFD. Pretty cool, right? There we go, 1 dot away. Landing gear. Speed check. 1 green. 3 greens. Good. Glide path is captured. We have VGP enunciated. And we are starting our descent. Looks good. We should be able to go down up to 1,540. Actually, the minimums here are a bit different. 540 because we changed the approach.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. 500 feet to go before the minimums. Crap, I don't think we'll be able to land here, guys. I have zero visibility. Should we continue? Do we continue for the sake of entertainment? Or should we simulate proper procedures? You guys think? You thought that was ice. Yeah, it does look like it at some angles. Coming close to minimums now. Full flaps. Your sub ran out. Boo!
Minimums.
500.
Minimums. Yeah, see? It's blank. We should be going around. But, okay, for the sake of entertainment.
Autopilot.
How the heck do you land this thing? Don't have any visibility whatsoever. I see something. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh my goodness, thank goodness there are lights. There's not even approach lights in this airport. Oh crap. There's fully snow. Okay. Let it sit. Let it sit. Oh, not in the center, but happy we landed in the first place. Okay, speed brakes. Slow it down. We'll make a U-turn because oh no, I think the ramp is on the end of the runway. So no need to slow down so much. There we go. Lucky. Love the snow. It's amazing stuff they did here. It does say light snow, but it's not really snowing, is it? It's mainly foggy. Where's the ramp? Oh, here, the end of the runway. Cool. Flaps up. Turn off the heater. Let's go taxi lights. Turn off the landing lights and strobes. Let's get out of the grass. Let's go look for the marshaller. Let's do this right. I think the guy decided not to come out at all because it is negative 23 degrees outside. To heck with you. No, there it is. A good employee. Never backs down. Let's park this properly, guys. What the heck do you expect me to face? This way? There you go. Thank you. Nice marshalling. Lights can go off. Anti-ice, I guess, can go off as well. And when I turn it off. No, continue. So I want to see the rest of it here. There we go. Drop off holiday packages. Isn't there a bonus for IFR landing going below minimums? Maybe that should be a penalty, huh? Snow landing for the win.
Oral warning, okay.
Good. Awesome. Well, there you go, guys. There we go. Not the best weather here, but definitely live weather works. Love it. If we make this, for example, scattered clouds. Oh, there we go. The snow actually disappeared. Yay, Scotsman. I wonder if we make it cold like this, negative 40, if the snow will come. Oh, snow depth, there it is. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can make it like 100 degrees outside, 60 degrees outside, but snowing. Still have ice on the plane. Yeah, the anti-ice still doesn't work properly, I think. This is new, definitely, this snow depth. If you add like only a little of it. Oh, that's pretty cool, huh? Wow. So good. It's a great addition. Amazing job, Microsoft. I'm honestly impressed at this level of update that it's actually pretty stable. Granted, some mods have become incompatible, but that's not Microsoft's responsibility. That should be the modder's responsibility of updating, but the rest of the updates looks pretty good. I am pleasantly surprised. Way to make it a great ending to the year. Ending out with a good bang, in a way. Grimes did a good job. True. Oh yeah, perfect timing. Stream has almost ended, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow for the convoy. Hope you guys can join either in the truck itself or in chat. Either way, looking forward to it. I will most likely be in my Christmas outfit if I can find it. Yes, delivery still work, thankfully. GG. Thank you guys for keeping me company and testing this plane with me and testing the update with me. Had loads of fun. Have a great day, everybody. And yeah, catch you tomorrow. For those who are not joining tomorrow, Merry Christmas in advance. Happy holidays. Have a great day, Santa. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Clumsy flying. See you soon.